on everything. So welcome back to my daily lives. I'm a little bit later today. I just really wanted to make sure that I could hit as many people as possible, but also have some interesting things to talk about. Recently in my glucose mastermind group that we have, my beta group going on, I was asked some really interesting questions regarding supplements. And so I have some notes here I wanted to share with you about my thoughts regarding supplements and also whether you should be using those to actually manage blood sugars. So I think there's some evidence that they could be beneficial, and others maybe not so much. So one sec here, I've lost my notes. Where did they go? And there we go. Here we go. All right. So number one, first of all, I just really want to emphasize it's important before you start adding any supplements that you speak to your doctor, your healthcare provider, and discuss whether these will be beneficial for you or not. And if you need a doctor who can talk to you, I'm happy to see patients across the country at drmarvis.com. But really, I just want to get to some generalizations and some things to maybe consider. The first one would be alpha lipoic acid, or ALA. Really interesting evidence regarding ALA being very helpful for a variety of things, but especially peripheral neuropathy. I've had patients taking, I think it was around 600 milligrams twice a day, and we did see some improvement in their pain, the peripheral neuropathy pain. Now, it doesn't always work, but it is something to consider and suggest to your physician determine if that would be a good thing. So ALA is an antioxidant, and what's interesting is what we think happens is it enhances insulin sensitivity, and then it facilitates the uptake of glucose into the cells. So it sounds like the underpinning mechanism seems to be related to its ability to quell oxidative stress and then activate the insulin signaling pathways. So which in turn will help alleviate symptoms of the peripheral neuropathy. But you just want to be careful because ALA can cause an upset stomach, and you just want to make sure it's right for you. So speak to your doc. Next up would be chromium. So chromium is a trace mineral that's vital for quite a few different things. Now, some studies show that chromium supplementation might actually enhance the action of insulin and be involved in the metabolism of like carbs, fats, and proteins. But it's really important to understand that while some have actually shown some improved glycemic control, it was really mostly evident in those that had a chromium deficiency. And so the other studies show some mixed results. So again, the dialogue really around its effective dose and whether who needs it and who doesn't, do they need to be in deficiency or not, is still kind of needing to be fine-tuned. Next up is our delicious friend cinnamon. So, cinnamon is not just flavorful spice, but it actually had research for some time about potential improvement in blood sugar management. And I certainly encourage my patients to add cinnamon to different things like their oatmeal, maybe put it in a smoothie. But what's interesting, the compounds in cinnamon might actually mimic insulin actions or enhance the insulin signaling. Again, helping with cellular glucose uptake and glycogen storage, which is basically the storage unit or type of the glycogen is storing glucose in the liver and muscles. So again, it really depends. Some actually show some benefit, and then other research shows some kind of neutral effects. But again, I think for the majority of people, unless you're allergic to cinnamon, half a teaspoon a day would be a great addition. One of my favorites is berberine. So berberine has been found in several studies, and also it's also found in several plants, but really interesting on the regulation. So it looks like it might be working in several different mechanisms, but mainly it's enhancing insulin sensitivity, encouraging the glucose uptake of cells, but it also inhibits glucose production in the liver. So it's not only helping you get rid of your glucose that's in your bloodstream, but also keeping the liver from dumping more glucose into your system. So some things to dive into there a little bit deeper, but specifically, I think the important thing, if you add berberine to your regimen, I would definitely speak to your doctor because I have seen evidence of it working really well, typically around 500 milligrams 3 times a day before meals, at least half an hour to 45 minutes before meals. We're kind of working through this with some of my folks in the glucose mastermind. and seeing what works best for them. But it seems to be a good 30 minutes prior to eating. That's when we stop, or when we start seeing it really kind of keep those postprandial or post-meal effects of high blood sugar from occurring. So definitely you might want to check it out. It can cause a few GI upsets, so you just want to be a little cautious when you first get started. Next would be magnesium. Now, magnesium is interesting. It'd be very difficult to do a blood test and say if you were deficient in magnesium, just the way the body works, but it is very important, and it's involved in 300 different type of enzymatic reactions in the body, including those that regulate blood sugar. So a low magnesium may actually be correlated with lower insulin sensitivity. So supplementation might be helpful, and it can also help with sleep. We can get some relief from muscle cramping and some other things. So again, there's different types of magnesium. So you'll want to speak to your physician regarding which would be best for you based on your symptoms. If there's difficulty sleeping, if you're looking at for glucose metabolism and some other things there, but might be a good option. Now, my last one is amla, or Indian gooseberry. You can find it on Amazon. Terrasol is my favorite brand. I don't get any money from saying that. It's just a good brand. It's organic, and it comes in a big bag. It's rather affordable, and probably around a quarter to half a teaspoon a day, but it's full of vitamin C. It's an amazing antioxidant, and I have seen with patients consuming amla like in a smoothie or in their breakfast. It's cereal. It can be a little bit sour, so you want to be mindful of that. But I've seen really stubborn cholesterol even drop 40 points. But as far as blood sugars, it looks like it can also impact your blood sugar. So between blood sugars and cholesterol, it's probably a win-win. It's just a dried fruit. For the majority of humans, it's going to be okay to consume. Again, speak to your doctor regarding the dosage and whether you should incorporate it or not. So basically, research into supplements and blood sugar management continues to kind of evolve. It's really crucial to remember you want to take a holistic approach, right? That includes a whole food plant-based diet, exercise, managing your stress, making sure you're getting a good night's sleep the best you can. I know there's people who struggle, but then also consideration, some patients still require medications. So supplements are not meant to replace medications. They can potentially, especially the ones that are the food, like the cinnamon and the amla, can actually make food delicious or a little more sour if you take the amla. But I think those are safer than some of the more extracted supplements like magnesium, for example. You might be taking too much or some other things. And so just be careful on how you approach supplements. Again, these are not regulated by the FDA, so you don't know what you're getting. Now, some brands may say what's in there, and it may be true. Other brands may actually not do a very good job of regulating what's in their products. So you may have contamination with heavy metals. You may have what they say is in there is actually not in there at a different dosage, either too high or too low. So there is a independent third-party website that I really have utilized for many years regarding supplements and some other things, and even foods. It's called consumerlab.com, and I pay the $90 a year for their annual membership because I love going in there and just reading. They have great articles. I mean, they go deep, extensive. They answer questions for those who are members. So I would encourage you to check it out. Another one that is pretty good is examine.com if you really want to start looking into the research regarding supplements and other foods and just research in general on health. So those are my helpful hints for today. So again, just in conclusion, the alpha lipoic acid I've seen improve peripheral neuropathy with patients. Chromium, typically hospitalized patients who are already chromium deficient. Certainly have seen cinnamon be beneficial, berberine. Magnesium, in my own experience, less, but it could be. In amla, definitely seen an improvement in cholesterol, a little less inclusive in my own experience as far as your blood sugars. But again, there is some evidence that points that it could be helpful. So hope that was helpful for you today. But again, I like to just share. I have my glucose mastermind actually open right now. I'm starting my next group will actually start next Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and we'll meet twice a month for 3 months. And I'm only taking a limited number of people. We have learned some amazing things in my beta group, and I'm excited to see others join. And we've already getting some spots filled. So again, if you want to join, I would join up now, because I will be closing that as soon as it's full, and it may not last the full week. So come check it out. It's on drmarbus.com and click Glucose Mastermind at the top. Feel free to register sooner than later. Like I said, I will be closing the doors when it's full, and potentially opening another one in November or December, but we'll see at the holidays and such with travel. And and I also share, by the way, learnings that I've had with my own CGM. I spoke to more of those yesterday, but I will say an interesting thing that I've really noted over the last 4 months is I've been on a body recomposition program with Maxime Seguin from the Fit Vegan. If you check it out, fitvegancoaching.com. And I have actually lost 12 pounds or close to 12 pounds in the last 3 to 4 months. And my BMI was already under 21. So it's not like I was overweight or, I was a healthy weight. But what's interesting is my blood sugar was always very good too. My A1C was like 5, but I've noticed the foods that used to make it go higher are not making it go higher anymore. Like I am barely hitting over 125, eating more higher glycemic foods that before would make it hit like 150. So this has been really interesting for me, just seeing how the weight loss, even of, the 12 pounds as I get closer to my high school weight, which is just a few pounds away, was fairly significant. And so that's been an interesting experiment just in my own life, and looking at stress and sleep and how those actually compound, issues with blood sugars for patients as well. But anyway, we meet in a group with the Glucose Mastermind. It's an amazing experience. I provide a CGM for everyone. I prescribe it. The cost is a separate cost outside of the program. Check it out, guys. It's a wonderful experience. And like I said, we meet live and discuss these amazing things. So I hope you will find that beneficial. And again, check us out. We also have the Healing Kitchen, and I'm partnering with Brittany Giroudi. We're launching some amazing things from there. And yeah, this is an exciting time, and I'm really enjoying educating everyone. So hope to see you soon in whatever capacity. You can also check out my free Facebook group on Dr. Marbus. I just Google or on Facebook, just look for Dr. Lori Marbus. But again, the main thing, check out the Glucose Mastermind. I'm only leaving it open for the next 6 or 7 days, and then it's going to be shut down, and the next group is yet to be determined. So if you want to join, now's the time. So hope to see you guys soon, and I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, so, I lost everyone. Where did everyone go here? So again, I hope you guys, if you have any questions, let me see if anyone had any questions. Jamie says, hello. Paul says, if people are close to Ethiopian grocery store, they would be able to purchase barberries, which contain yes, actually, I'm actually utilizing barberries. You can also do the Amazon has some barberries, a variety of ones, and those are also a little sour. So I use a tablespoon and I put it in a smoothie, which I split with my husband every morning. So definitely check it out. I'm super excited to see everyone, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, guys, have a wonderful and